Imagine a world where a single CEO's bold move could potentially upend a president's economic policy and trigger a wave of financial refunds for businesses across the nation. That's exactly what's happening right now as Rick Woldenberg, the CEO of a Chicago-based toy company, takes on former President Trump in a high-stakes Supreme Court battle over tariffs. But here's where it gets controversial. If Woldenberg wins, it could force the government to refund billions in tariffs, a move the White House claims would spell economic disaster. And this is the part most people miss. It's not just about the money. It's about the limits of presidential power and the future of American trade. By Michael Kaplan, reporter and producer Michael Kaplan, an award-winning investigative journalist for CBS News, brings this story to light. With a portfolio that includes groundbreaking work on 60 Minutes, CNN, and the New York Times, Kaplan dives deep into the clash between business and politics that could reshape the economic landscape. On a crisp November evening in 2025, Woldenberg sat down with CBS Evening News anchor Maurice Dubois to explain why he's unwilling to stand idly by. "I just wasn't willing to be led to a slaughter by the politicians," he declared. This isn't the first time Woldenberg has taken a stand against government overreach. In 2009, he fought the Obama administration over stricter lead testing rules for toys. Now, he's challenging Trump's Liberation Day tariffs, which he argues are an illegal power grab by the executive branch. Woldenberg's company, Learning Resources, manufactures 2,000 educational toys, most of which are produced in Asia. Unlike many business leaders who grumble privately about Trump's tariffs, Woldenberg took action. After a lower court ruled in his favor in June, the Trump administration appealed, bringing the case to the Supreme Court. The core question: does the president have the legal authority to impose tariffs to address national emergencies, like the fentanyl crisis, illegal migration, or trade deficits? Here's the kicker. If the court sides with Woldenberg, it could invalidate Trump's tariffs and force the government to refund billions to American companies. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent warned that the U.S. might have to return about half of the $200 million collected this year alone. For Learning Resources, that means recouping $5 to $10 million, money Woldenberg insists was unfairly taken. "I definitely want my money back," he said. "This is a massive tax the government has imposed on us." But it's not just about the refunds. Woldenberg's case highlights the chaos tariffs have caused for businesses. Learning Resources has had to shift a third of its 500 employees to focus solely on navigating tariff changes. When Trump raised tariffs on China to 145%, the company moved some production to India, only to face a 50% tariff hike there months later. "It was like a bat-out-of-hell emergency," Woldenberg recalled. "We lost $50,000 because a shipment arrived 6 hours late." This is where opinions divide. Is Woldenberg a hero standing up for businesses, or is he undermining national economic policy? Some argue that tariffs protect American jobs, while others see them as a burden on companies and consumers. Woldenberg insists his fight isn't political, despite donating to both Democrats and Republicans, but rather a legal battle over the interpretation of the law. The Supreme Court's decision will be historic, marking the first time it directly rules on the legality of Trump's second-term policies. Alongside Woldenberg's case, the court heard a similar challenge from 5 small businesses and Democratic state attorneys general, who argue many of Trump's tariffs are illegal. As workers at Learning Resources' 356,000 square foot warehouse prepare shipments for retailers like Walmart, Woldenberg remains confident. "We and hundreds of thousands of other businesses will get our unlawfully collected taxes rebated," he said. But the question lingers. Will this victory come at the cost of economic stability, as the White House warns? What do you think? Is Woldenberg's fight a necessary check on presidential power, or a risky move that could backfire? Let us know in the comments. This debate is far from over.